Hello gamers! Today a YouTube video on the 5120. And why 5120, you may ask? Well, pretty simple. A lot of people, when they watch the T5041 video, also talked about the 5120, and now the 5120 is a tank that I don't believe is that outdated in 2022. I mean, I played it pretty recently and felt like I had pretty good results with it. So I'm gonna play it here and see what we can do. We get a Morovanka tier 8, tier 9. As always, we check how many tanks are going towards the forest, which is not a very large amount. It also means that we'll probably not be going towards it either. 5120 is an interesting one. It's very big, like really, really big. It's not as mobile as the 50B, but it's really not a, well, didn't feel like a bad tank when I played it. Of course, again, this kind of tank is pretty, just gonna say, pretty APCR intensive, just of the way that the fact that you have 4 shells and you really do want to connect those 4 shells when you have the opportunity to, making this tank more expensive than others to play. I think that even then he might run towards the outside here, which might be giving us a clip on him. Oh, he was respotted at the perfect timing. I can't respot him because of his camo values. So there's that. Now I see the double face on the corner there. I don't really want to trade against that either, but gotta think about how I could possibly get a clip in here. Takes 229, that's probably from a TD from the back. The VK takes a shot, which I think is the Tortoise. It does seem like they might have all their TDs here, which means I can't really push up to the corner either, because, well, that's just not how that works. You can't push up to the corner if you're going to die for it. Even 90 again. Give him 1. Give him 2. And there's an ISU Enish. Well, luckily enough, there's a small gun ISU there. So we know this back in the ISU are there. That costed us 600 HP. We did 800. That's an even trade at the very least. It really was an even trade though. The EBR90 is still alive on the outside there, which is pretty cool actually, but I just don't think I can really do anything off of that, sadly. That is useful for my team right now. I mean, the T55A is pushing the EBR90. Maybe I could get some shells on this, but even that is pretty doubtful. I would have a shot here, but he's despotted. Don't really want to blind it. T55A chill tracing. Maybe we'll get some shots on him in a second. And again, he goes despotted at what I would call the perfect time for him to dodge the shots. T55A is still chasing though. Question is, how far does the T55A trace? Like, I'm telling you, man, this guy keeps getting despotted at like what is the best possible timing for him. But yeah, I don't think the 5120 is that outdated. I just think that, just like with all autoloaders, it's pretty hard to play properly. Because you have to pick the right engagements that you want to go for. Push in at the right time, clip at the right time, not overextend. And right now, if you look at the minimap, you can kind of see that there's an opportunity for me. And the opportunity is me and the EBR90 going for the Tortoise. Come with me for Tortoise. Because now the Tortoise is pushed up and he's kind of by himself alone. I would have to put the first shot into his track probably for this to be really good. Got his engine. And we got a fire out as well, which was pretty good. I want to go despot it now, because when I get despotted I can potentially go back or forward. Yeah, the Tortoise there making a mistake by pushing forward, allowing me to get a jump on him. And now I'm thinking I could maybe kill the phases though. I mean, the shit pack is going to be countered backwards, and the phases are going to be left on the 1-shot and a 2-shot. And I'm pushing up towards the corner here with my TNH player. Oh. Nice, you fired. Missed the first. I got the second. I don't want to take a shot of damage though. Still got the shot on the phase 1, and you know, see, there we picked a really good moment to actually push forward. We stayed back, we kept our HP, committed it at the right moment in time to get the tortoise out, and this is just kind of like more of Vanka in a nutshell. When your team doesn't send enough tanks to the forest, it's extremely hard to play an autoloader and get those good engagements that you want to get. They are just really hard to find. That's why also playing these kind of tanks is extremely difficult in my opinion. Because you can also run into moments like this where you just, you know, make a little bit of an over-eager move and run into a TNH shell for 425. Which probably means that the 257 is coming back as well. No, he's not. I even think I have a shot on him. Yeah, I do. Well, he goes down. I'm gonna wait for my team to pressure the forest now. I don't know if he's switch to the TNH or the 703. That could be pretty healthy. One more clip would give us a really good battle here. And unlike the 50B, with this higher intro clip, you have to be really careful about when you peek. Because it's not a T57, it's not even a 50B. It's kind of its own niche little thing, this 5120 IMO. Oh, I got spotted earlier. I give one. I don't think he could just sit there and spot it, but he could. I want to switch sides on the forest here. And then hope that I don't get respotted. Yeah, the 703, did he drown or what happened to him? Oh no, he died in the south, okay. So I got one more. Yeah, one more. And I get the last one as well. So we had a nice 5.8 battle here. Showing the patience that is needed to play a tank like this correctly. Again, it's pretty easy to fail in this. I wouldn't say that it's like tanks like this are extremely hard to play, which is why I don't recommend them, because I feel like for average or below average players, this is just simply almost got around. Simply too difficult to pull off. I mean, doing one clip is not that hard. Right? Doing one clip is not that hard at all. But doing multiple clips is the difficulty, right? I think in general with these kind of tanks, HP conservation is one of the most important factors. You want the game to progress a little bit to where there is less people. If a few people die, it's good for you. And when they start losing HP, it's also good for you, because you can't really one-clip anything unless it's like a tier 8, which means that you either need a teammate to help you, or you need a you need the enemy to be within the 4-shot range, right? So we had a nice first game there on the 5120. Pretty happy to start it off with that. Solid result. I mean, 5.8 puts us in the top bracket of our team. And yeah, but just pretty solid. Again, though, these kind of tanks, if you want to play them properly, they're expensive. I mean, there's no other way around it. It's just the way that the ammo loadout works. It's AP against APCR. Yeah, you can load AP, and if you have intuition, you can indeed always switch to an APCR clip when you want to, which does take a little bit of time. It takes like 6 seconds on this. It does take some time to switch from the AP to APCR clip, but that's why you should train intuition. At the very least, it's a skill that can help you with the ammo management. But in general, against a lot of tanks, it is going to be more APCR intensive because it is just better. I mean, you know, there's no real way around it there. We got Live Oaks. We get it from the west. Now, normally, I would be playing the right side of the map here. I'm just not sure if I can do it with this team. I mean, we have the BZs. If they come at me, then for sure we can do it. Another thing I don't like is that they get another man. Let me know what you think about it, by the way. Look at this. And then look at this. Like, compare these two. 5120 against FaZe. 705 against FaZe. Predator 66 against AMX. And Trevor against E75. But in return, we get double BZ. I'm not really seeing the balance here. To be honest. Like, I'm kind of missing it. I don't like going towards this side of the map with this little support. I'm gonna be turning around and going back. I do not go K-line when I have only one actual tank that will come and help me, which is the BZ. In a scenario like this, I'll always turn around and go towards the city instead, because we'll have overwhelming numbers in the city normally, which means that I can make a peak or two that is potentially gonna help the team into winning it. When you're crossing towards the city, in general, especially if you're slow and delayed, you want to go through the far left. Of course, you can get punished on the far left from the hill here, but it's more or less safer than crossing through the road of the Predator. And I'm looking at this, I'm happy that I turned around. Like, yeah, my BZ might have ended the try, but in return, it is almost guaranteed that he's gonna be dying. And all of their tanks have been spotted actually. Like, they're literally all on the K-line of the map, which is gonna make this game a bit harder. All their top tier heavies are there. We're gonna look if there's even something here to shoot on, or if it's really just like dry, cause like it looks to me like they may just all be there. I mean, the even 90s isn't spotted. There's a T69 on the balcony, but nice shot against the square. I want to be peek the T69. I do not. Let's reload. We got 2 shots of damage for a pretty hefty price. The main issue here though is that the EBR-90 somehow has killed like what, 2 of my lights, because the even 90 is also gonna die because of him, I would assume. Yeah, and now we gotta go back to cover the K-line. Good thing is that our Trier is still alive, so we still have 1 light remaining. The enemy team though, with their amount of even 90s, even 90 is now spotted, and even 90 is going to fall. I missed him. It's unfortunate. He's gonna live because of that. I'm gonna kill the T69 now. That was 14. I'm gonna be reloading again. And this is a bit of the annoyance that my team is continuing to push the A-line, which is good and bad at the same time. It is good in the fact that we are taking their base and they might keep pushing through, which means easy damage for me most likely. But at the same time, it means that I'm gonna be overrun. And we might cap them early. There's a lot of scenarios here that I don't really end up doing too much. I can pick this though because there shouldn't be anybody stopping it. Get the first shot on the face. Second shot on the face. Kill the face, re-aim for D75, we could see crossing in the back. Give him one as well. Now go safe from everybody and anything. Reload. So we have 1.9 now. And we haven't really found good clips yet. However, I'm not too sure that my base push here is gonna yield too much return from my team. But it does look like the entire enemy team kind of left this part of the map. And I mean, that phase is speaking up, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be driving down again. I kind of want to see if I can clear the char. It is phase is driving through the open. Never mind. So much for the phase driving down, I guess. I'm spotted by the char probably. A nice second shot. Nice third shot. He's gonna be using the building now. Oh my god, that missed though. That wasn't really worth the HP it took, to be honest. And I'm in danger of now getting pushed by the char. The 5100. So I've got to run away quite a while. One more clip will salvage my game. Or should salvage my game, I will say. I'm just not too 100% sure where I'm gonna do the clip from. But the charge spots me. He spots the ID. Which means he's gonna go for the ID. Give 1. Give 2. Give 3. Finish him off. Peek for the 5100. He's probably pushing up. He's in the bushes. So I think I hit him. But I die against a T43 on my side. I mean, this is the kind of game, I don't really have any support, and as much as you could say, like, on one hand, my team pushing through the A-line is good, on the other hand, it's also really garbage, because we don't hold our base. Maybe I could have not exposed as much to clip the face, and not taken one less shot, but I don't know if I ever live there to do another clip, though, to be honest. I mean, it's not a bad game per se, but, yeah. Also, I spent a lot of time reloading there for low damage clips, like the clip in the beginning and the second clip. All of those pretty low low damage clips that didn't yield too much return. But I think the best thing there, the decision we made, is not to go to the K line, especially in a tank like this that has 0 hold on potential. You cannot be how to say it? You cannot be making like high risk plays. You kind of in general move along with the team and play off of their spotting and info. That is usually what you do or play off, because that is what works best for other others. If we hit the 5120 blind, if we hit the 5100 blind, at least it's 4K. Although I'm not too sure. It's kind of a half snap. We did not hit him, so it's 4K. Again, not a bad result. This is a 4K tank, but like not like a how to say it? Not like a 4.5K tank, to be honest. When I played it on was like I did about 4K. Equipment wise, I'm using hardening turbo stabs, and on the second set I'm using HP vent stabs. For like really small and tight maps. Field mods, nothing on the first, aiming circle size on the second, view range here, and on the last one here I have actually the reverse speed, because the difference in reload is not that big, and I get 3 kilometers of reverse, which can get me out of a bad scenario into safety, right? So I decided to use it there for that reason. I will see. If I can have one more good game here, I'll be pretty happy. If we have a bad game, it happens, man. This tank is very team map dependent, and like I said before, this is why I don't recommend 50B to many players or most players, because it's for me really hard already to manage the reload. It's for me already really hard to manage the reload and peaks properly, that I feel like most people will struggle with like the general approach that's needed to play this. So rather recommend stuff like AMX. But anyways, we got steps. They have an STI at 257. Not really any great heavies on their team. They have a face and then me. Double 2A3. Medium mice, not really a danger. Gonna look at the traits. And 703, E75, I6B, and Tiger 2. Again, not any really tanks that I should or will struggle with penning. Well, we got I6, KV5, Tortoise though. Skoda Iron 90. I'd say in tier department we're definitely favored. If the Tortoise is a gamer, we're gonna be even more favored. And he does seem to be coming with us. The question is if he's gonna fully commit or not. It will change the game a little bit, but yeah, we always go through the north here. Cross the rails early. You don't want to cross the rails late, because you can get clapped from F2 then. So you always cross early. You don't get greedy. And now, of course, we can't peek the rock. We can maybe peek the red line, but that's also a very high exposure move. However, we could always, what we could do is just go behind the rock here and just wait. And with my T54, we can even peek from here and maybe get a cheeky initial clip against the Tiger 2. Peek, please. Peek, please. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It could have been amazing if he could have gotten the initial clip there. It didn't work out the way I kind of wanted it to. But I'm gonna be pushing up for my KV5, who seems to be zooming. And it's interesting that that man decides to shoot me and not the KV5. I thought he left because of it, but he did not. So I'm gonna be crossing over here. I really do want the Tiger 2 to shoot though, because I don't want to take another shot, but at the same time I will peek if he does not shoot, because it is a clip on him. And even move a peek slightly. Give 1. Give 2. Now we gotta look for more targets here. Give 3. We're gonna get the last one as well though. If it's somehow possible. It doesn't look to be though. If it would be possible. Maybe these 75 TS peaks, no. And here you have to make the decision. Do I want to keep my shot in case somebody makes a mistake or not? In this case, we kept it, we aimed too high, it didn't connect. I wasted about what, 10 seconds of reload there, which is pretty impactful if you think about it. In that scenario, it would have been better to just straight reload, but you know, it happens. Right? There's nothing we can do about the fact that we didn't reload. I'm pushing up here. The E75TS and the I6B are looking at the other side. I use the rocket between me and the Pantera. I give the E75 a shot, and because I'm playing for clip potential here, I give the I6B a shot. He gets on fire. I give the 283 a shot, and because I want the maximum amount out of this, I give the Pantera my last shot. But the 283 was a potential bounce. Now, is that greedy in terms for damage? Hell yeah, it's greedy in terms for damage. Was it a good play? Yeah, it didn't change anything for my team whatsoever. Their performance did not get impacted in the slightest. So, would I do it again? 100%, actually. I would 100% do it again. I'm driving down 1-2 now, which is a bit scary because of the TDs. But seeing as nobody is shooting our territories, I feel like I could get away with it. I do only have 800 HP, so I do have to, like, consider that a little bit. So the Waffenträger is there. The S1 is there too. I started with the S1. And then I switched to the Waffenträger because he was the easier shot. Pretty good clip, 4.5k out of that. They both die. They still have an unspotted PTA and an SU-130 though. But pretty good clip, and I love Steps Assault. Steps Defense is a bit different, but Steps Assault is such an easy and straightforward way to play. Take C2, they don't take C2, you take D1 if you have a bit of gun depression, you clip them out, you push them back, you get them into what we call really, really bad positions, crossfire positions. And then after that, you're just closing out the game really. Okay guys. What was happening there? What was happening, guys? Here, were you having the sex? Like, I don't know. I peek around the corner. I spot an SU. I spot the PTA, and yeah, I'm not too sure. And the row to finish it off. I mean, the KV5 gets to even 90, and that's a good game. Yeah, I don't know. And I think this kind of highlights, I mean, of course, we didn't play in a full tier 9 battle, or a full tier 10 battle, that, you know, does change things a little bit. But it does show that 5120 is not really, like, dusted. It can play, but downside of it, it's really massive. Field tanks are really weak. Exposure time is longer than, for example, a 50B, and it's just extremely hard to play properly in general. Get a nice taste tank out of that. Should be top on our team, so it's 6k. Definitely top on our team. And Turtle is also gaming because he decided not to cam. And that gives us over 3 battles. A nice average of 5.3. I think that shows what you could find on your way to the 50B. As always, thank you for watching. Really like that you enjoyed this format with me talking and thinking, and I will see you guys all in the very next one. Peace.